Hi, here I am, your friend, teacher, facilitator, Shilpa, with the last part of the complex topic articles. You must be wondering why I have been emphasizing so much on this topic or elaborating on all these rules. You might also ask, why is it so important to learn and study these rules or remember them? What's the big deal if I make a mistake or if I don't use these articles altogether? Now, my answer is actually a question. What if you don't learn the basic math rules? What if I say 2 into 2 is equal to 5 and not 4? Yes? Yes, the answer is you will get a wrong result, or your answer will be wrong, or simply you must learn them. That's it. The same rule applies to English. After all, it is the global language now. We use it in everyday life, in every field. So it is a better idea to learn and remember the rules and use this language perfectly. Not only that, a wrong use of articles can actually completely change the meaning of a sentence. Let's understand this through some examples. The first example, he is taking a shower. The second example, he is taking the shower. Now let me explain to you first. Taking a shower means taking a bath, whereas the shower means the bathroom, the place where we take a shower. Okay, and therefore the second sentence doesn't make any sense. You can't be taking the shower. You can say that he is in the shower. Okay, so you can see here that the wrong use of an article can actually make the entire sentence wrong. Okay, let's look at another example. She bought a house with a big backyard. Now, what does it mean? A house with a big backyard. That means what type of house? Whereas if I say she bought the house with a big backyard, I'm talking about the specific house which she has bought. Okay, so the meaning of the sentence changes with the or a, and that is the reason it's vital to use these articles correctly. Now let's learn a few rules regarding those situations where we are not supposed to use any articles. So rule number 1, don't use any article with proper nouns. That means names of people, countries, cities, towns, streets, lanes, roads, stations, airports, or single mountains, single islands. For example, Ria, Philip, Julie, Sachin, New York. Then you can say Spain or Mumbai. That's the name of the city. And places like Mount Everest. Now, you must have noticed that I said single mountains or single islands. The reason is we have already seen that whenever we are talking about group of islands or the mountain ranges, we always use the, and that's why we say the Himalayas, or we say the Philippines or the Maldives, because they are group of islands. Okay, and that's the reason there we use the. But when you are talking about a single mountain like Mount Everest, we don't use the. The second rule, don't use any article before the names of games or names of languages. For example, badminton, chess, cricket, football, tennis, or languages like English, Hindi, French, Spanish. But one very important rule, and that is if you're using, after the name of the language, if you're adding something, then you have to use the. For example, I want to learn the English language. So I'm not just saying English. If I say I want to learn English, it's perfectly all right. But if I'm saying English language, then I have to use the. Okay, is that clear? Now, rule number 3, no articles before the names of meals. Meals means breakfast, lunch, dinner, etc. Okay, so you may say, I need to cook dinner or what's for breakfast. But remember, whenever you are using an adjective before breakfast, lunch, dinner, etc., you have to use a. For example, I had a delicious breakfast. Okay, so delicious is an adjective for breakfast, and so I'm using a before that. Or let's see another example. We had a late dinner yesterday. But whenever you are talking about these meals as a specific meal or as an event, you use the. For example, the lunch we had at that restaurant was scrumptious. Now, the fourth rule, no articles before the titles followed by a name. Now, what are the titles? Like doctor, president, prince, captain. So, whenever you are saying President Ramnath Kovind, we don't use any article before president. Or Prince Charles or Captain Kohli. Okay, but whenever you're using these titles without any names, you have to use the, and that's why we say the president or the captain of Indian team. Now the next rule, just like in the case of proper nouns, whenever we are talking about academic subjects, we don't use any articles. For example, mathematics, literature, chemistry. So you may say, I like journalism or I'm learning mathematics. So you don't use any of the articles or an or the before this. Okay. Now let's learn rule number 6, and that is don't use any articles with certain fixed expressions. Expressions like at home, at work, at school, or go to bed, go to school, hospital, university, college, jail, church. Whenever we are talking about all these places in the context of their primary activity or purpose, we don't use the. Don't get confused. Let's look at some examples to understand this in a better way. If I say, Steve goes to school, okay, that's the primary purpose. He goes to school for the primary purpose of learning. Okay, but if I say today Steve's mom has to go to the school for a meeting, that means Steve's mom doesn't go to school every day. She is going there for a specific purpose of attending this meeting, and that's the reason in the second sentence we are saying the school. Is that clear? There are some more expressions where we don't use any articles. Expressions like on Monday, on Sunday, Saturday, that means the days of the week. We don't use any article. Also for expressions like travel by car, bus, train or plane, or when we are talking about at night, at noon, then we don't use any article. Now you must I have noticed that when we talk about morning, afternoon, or evening, we don't say at, we say in, and we say in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. So these are some fixed expressions which we need to remember and use proper articles or maybe no articles with them. Do not use articles when generalizing about uncountable nouns or plural countable nouns. What's that? We often generalize about several things. For example, if I say curiosity is a great trait. So curiosity is a noun and it is an uncountable noun and it is a generalized statement. So I'm not using any article before curiosity. Or if I say water is an important resource. Water again is an uncountable noun and I'm making a general statement that it is an important resource. And so I'm not using any articles. But if I say vegetables are good for health. Now vegetable is a countable noun. But I'm talking about in general that eating vegetables or vegetables are good for our health. And so I'm not using the before vegetables. Okay, so whenever we are generalizing and if it is an uncountable noun or whether it is a plural and countable noun, we are not supposed to use any articles. Don't get stressed by looking at the number of these rules. If you look closely, they are not so difficult to understand. Yes, they are too many, but that's the reason why I have been insisting that you should break this topic into parts and learn them systematically. And in fact, that's why I have divided this topic into three parts. Okay, take your time, learn these rules, understand them, and I would suggest that whenever you read something, say a newspaper article or a novel or maybe a small text on the social media, try to see how these rules are applied. Now, believe me, it will help you to improve your understanding of these rules, and then you will be able to use them perfectly. And for now, you can see some challenging exercises here. Try to apply the rules which you have learned and solve these exercises. I enjoyed making these lessons. I hope you also like them. If so, then please hit the like button and also please subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends. And one more thing, don't forget to press the bell icon to all so that whenever I upload a new video, you will get a notification. So that's it from this lesson. Bye for now. See you in the next lesson. Until then, happy learning.